So when I hear about a board member of one of our immigration boards, with their company having work permit infractions, I had to pause and say, what the hell did I just hear? Hold on now. Say what? You've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute. Is this for real? Not only is the person a board member, hold on now. This is where it's at. They are a deputy chair of a board. Yeah, here we go. Y'all must think that I'm crazy, but I want y'all to follow me here for a second. Not only is this person the deputy chair of a board, I'm going to tell you exactly who it is here in a second. They have a wealth of HR experience. Former HR manager for government, as well as other entities. You know, I can't even make this stuff up. It's not possible. If you go to Extraordinary Gazette number 79 of 2021, it would provide you with the people who were appointed to the Business Staffing Board. Okay. And I am less than thrilled this morning. I am actually upset to be able to tell the people of the Cayman Islands that we are appointing board members who have no respect for the very laws that they are in charge of making sure are being enforced. How can that be? The government, the elected arm, has made some poor decisions in the past and who they appointed to some of these boards. Hold on now. Let's be honest. These are political favors for the most part. Giving someone a political favor and putting them on government boards, which help to manage and run the business of this country, is a bad idea. We've been talking about it on this platform for years. What you do is you put qualified individuals in these positions. You vet people first. You make sure that they're not on drugs. Odell Suarez, perfect example. Okay. He shows up on the political platform of one of the candidates that's now part of the PAC government, and he gets put on a board. Really? Next thing you know, Odell showing up on the court list for cocaine, crack cocaine, possession charge. Hello? I had to message members of the PAC government and said, what are y'all doing? Oh my God, we didn't know. Take him off the friggin' board right now. He's not the only one. People out there not paying pension and insurance, and they're showing up on these boards. And we giving them a pass, we giving them an excuse. Remember when we were talking about what's his name? Was it Miles or whatever, who was appointed to a board when he was on a board before and criminally convicted and sent to jail? And y'all were coming at me, but oh, Sandy hating on Caymanians. She riding Caymanians too hard. We must forgive and forget. Well, y'all a bunch of donkeys, first-rate ones too. Forgive and forget what? That is what happens. That's why the country is in such a friggin' mess. Because y'all forgiving and forgetting a little bit too much. I'm not saying don't forgive Mr. What his name is? Is it Mr. Miles? I'm not saying don't forgive the man. That's not my point. My point is you don't put him on another government board. Find something else for him to do. You feel so bad for him, give him a job. Edlin Miles, thank you. I can't remember his name. And no disrespect to Edlin Miles, but sir, you were convicted of a serious offense. One, for the record, that would preclude you from ever running for politics in this country, and yet the political arm of this country is going to turn around and put you on a board. Talking about they believe in second chances. Try and hush your friggin' mouth. Y'all are stupid. I'm not taking no prisoners today. I'm watching my language because I'm aware that we're still on the radio. But I'm not taking any prisoners here today. All right. So look at this now. See this this list here? Appointment to members of the Business Staffing Plan Board. Yes? Everybody can see it clearly? Who's the deputy chair? Ms. Dawn McLean Sawney. She's actually Brady now, so it's Dawn McLean Brady. Dawn was my friend, good friend back in the day. And I still have to call you out this morning. I like you, but I don't like what you are doing. Cameron says foxes in the hen house? Yes. How on earth can Dawn have a company that is right now in the middle of an investigation for breaching the immigration laws of this country? Tell me, how is that possible? You are the deputy chair of the Business and Staffing Planning Board. Immigration, you were actually the HR manager at one point for immigration. You should know the laws. You're a professional HR manager. You've worked for a number of different entities in HR. That's your job. Knowing the immigration law, taking out permits for people, blah, blah, blah. How is your company now inveigled in an immigration scandal? Anybody can answer that question for me? I don't understand how this is even possible. When I heard this, I said, y'all have got to be wrong. Can't be my little Dawn. She is past president of the Business and Women's Professional Club, whatever they call themselves, right? President of the Small Business Association. I said, this can't be right. Because this is someone who, without fail or favor, this woman knows the law. She would be compliant. I've never known her to not be compliant. What's going on here? Now, it's the husband's business, but I'm pretty sure, right? Her name is on the business documents. I don't get it. I don't understand this. This doesn't make any sense to me. At least 4 people, and I love their food. I don't know if I can go after today, honey child. They might be like, "Ooh, we have to poison Sandy." I love their food at Arbutus, honey child, but you're not following the laws of this country. One woman showed up in court last week. Somebody else has her work permit, but yet she's working at Arbutus. Hello. Even to me, no better than that. You cannot have this sort of thing going on in your business. Sometimes it's tempting. People come to you, "Oh, Miss Sandy, I'm looking for a little job. Help me out." And I said, "No, honey child, I can't find myself in that position." I am calling these people out all the time. What kind of person would I be to then turn around and break those same laws myself? I'm trying to find the woman name who was in court last week. She claiming she can tell the judge that she not got no money to pay the fine. I said, Lord have mercy. She think people business. She think the judge got business at whether or not she got money to pay the fine. You better find the money. Found to be working in a business and somebody else is holding your work permit is an immigration offense. And there are multiple immigration offenses at that one business, at least 4. Now, most of them are going to be handled administratively, right? Let me try and find, I can find the one woman name that was in court last week. Cause like I said, she claiming say that she not got no money to pay and she got to tell the judge she not got no money, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm glad she thinks that that can make a difference to the judge. But the question becomes, let's say we give Dawn the benefit of the doubt, right? Let's say it's not her doing the immigration stuff for her business, which I'd find very hard to believe. But let's say it's somebody else who's doing it, that she actually makes the husband do it, although he wouldn't have an experience in that area because he's a chef, not an immigration person. You're on it. You are responsible. I gotta show y'all one of the people here right now. Hold on. Y'all think I'm joking. No, TD. Some explaining got to go on, and this is when you need to come off a board, to be quite frank and honest. Like you all you want. You can be likable. You can be the cutest person in the room. You can be the most intelligent person in the room. There is something wrong with your moral compass when you're ending up on CMR for this kind of foolishness. You understand me? Standards. It has to apply to everybody. Is it a case where she's too busy and she see all these people working there and she don't know that they don't have work permits to work in her business? Look, yeah. See one of them right here? Okay. Somebody else got this woman's permit, but yet she's working at somebody else's business. That is against the law, folks. You cannot do that. Bethany Hartley is in court for this foolishness right now. We need some shaping up around here. Listen, if we have to call out every single person, we got to start putting them on blast for breaking the laws. And that's the only thing that's going to keep you compliant, because clearly sitting on a board not keeping you compliant. You know the shame. Oh my God. I would be so ashamed to know that I'm sitting on a board and breaking the very laws that the boards are in charge of. I couldn't do it. I'd be like, take me off the board. Because I know on the side, I'm not putting in any permits for the people that working for me and my husband's company. Lord Jesus, take the bus, take the country. How does this happen? And the thing about it, if the people who know better, who are in high positions in this country, if they're not doing better, what do I expect from the little gardener who not nobody, and he not sitting on a board, he not in charge of women in business professional club, he not in charge of the small business association, he not sitting down colludeling with the premier, signing documents, doing this, doing that. How can I then turn around and have any expectations of him? Let me be very fair now. This is a legitimate question. All the photos are there for you to see, honey child. Sitting down with Premier Panton, signing documents, advocating for small businesses. But you can't advocate for small businesses. You can't be working with the chamber and then having your business not be compliant with the law. That's not how it works. If you're too busy to run your own business, do not get yourself in trouble. Don't let other people do it and put you in a precarious situation. Because ultimately, you are the owner of the business. I don't care if your husband name on it or not. You're the owner of the business and you're going to find yourself in trouble. So you need to be careful. Oh, by the way, this was the same one that Odell was on that he had to be removed from. I don't know, boy. I don't know how some of y'all came up with these names to put people on. I don't know what kind of political favors y'all were trying to repair, whatever. But geez, peace. Really? Ultimately, it's up to the individuals to ensure that they are compliant with the laws that govern this country. Hermelia says there's an immigration board member who does the same thing. A blind eye is turned. It's time for us to stop turning a blind eye. That's the thing, right? So my sources have revealed that it's probably going to be an administrative fine because CBC, WRC have the power in law to fine people for these types of breaches. In other words, it's not going to go to court. That one is in court. She'll have to pay whatever the court tells her to pay. But there's too many loopholes in the system that's allowing abuses to happen. Somebody said to me, but Sandy, stick a pin into that situation, right? CBC officers go in there and they see 5, 6 people working in there and you only have 1, 2 little permits. Doesn't it occur to them that you don't have 5 or 6 cashiers work permits for them? So how is that working out for you? Where are these people coming from? There is a real serious problem in this country. And I really hope that Premier Panton and more importantly, John Seymour, who's now in charge of CBC and WRC, I hope he's paying attention. There is an issue with temporary work permits. That is the gateway, right? To get into this country quickly. And there are legitimate reasons why you would want to submit a temporary and why you want a temporary, but it is also the gateway for a lot of abuses in this country. There was some talk months ago about having all temporary work permits advertised as well. The kibosh, is that the right word, was put on that. And it's like, oh, no. The small business owners are complaining how this is going to hurt them. We have to go back to the table, blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. We're not hearing nothing more about it yet. There has to be some tightening of the laws and the procedures around temporary work permits. It is ripe for abuse, and it is being abused in this country every single day. That's how we get people here. A lot of these companies are taking out temporaries and don't have no work for nobody, nowhere. Bringing in their family members. The government has to come up with a solution. I don't know if the solution, which was to have them advertise the position so everybody know and people have an opportunity to apply, I don't know if that's the full solution because, like I said, half the time they're not going to real work for them. Temporary work permits require a greater degree of scrutiny because that is the shortest way and the quickest way to get people into this country. And when I tell you it's being abused, I'm not asking you a question. I am telling you it is being abused. What are we going to do about it? We cannot continue to sit back and do nothing. Right. Somebody sent me this post the other day from this women's group again. Child, I know they're gonna be all upset and in their feelings, but we don't care about that either. The people who have the audacity, and I guess a lot of people not this bold, but they actually get on these platforms and publicly say things that they know is against the law is just shocking to me. Coming on a 3-month and then talking about they're never going to leave. They're going to be staying here forever. Oh, their employer is giving them a 1-year contract. So they're never leaving the jurisdiction. It's like, what? What did you just say? You will come and stay forever? You have no intentions of ever leaving? That's not quite how it works, huh? You're supposed to be coming in a 3-month, but yet your employer is giving you a 1-year contract, but you coming on a 3-month? Trust me, I understand the logistics of negotiating permits and that sort of thing. Right? No one's going to move halfway around the world pick up their entire lives and come to the Cayman Islands if they're only going to be here for 3 months. Let's be very clear about that. That's the first thing that immigration needs to stop allowing people to hoodwink them with. You come in all the way for the Philippines for 3 months? I don't think so. That would not even be, listen, that would not even be worth the paper that you're coming on. But hear what this woman said in this women's group now. People send me these types of things all the time. And I gotta be honest with you. All I can do is shake my head. I just shake my head and think these people really don't have no sense, do they? Morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandy. I don't know what they were gonna do about the immigration situation, but one of the things that concern me, that what you're saying, yes, that's one part of it. But what is more concerning to me is that someone could come in home and or come into Cayman and is there for the 3 months. They get to love it, just like what you just said about what they say they're not going back. And the thing about it, the whole thing, when you see they're not going back, they are going to get married because now they know if you get married, that you immediately receive papers. That is one part of the law that I think they need to
And you know,
and
it didn't used to be that way. To be
exactly
very,
that
very
is
clear, a lot has
right.
certainly changed.
Exactly. Where in the world are you going to go, especially a small jurisdiction like Cayman, with the economy as good as it could be, compared to other countries, big countries too, and settle down? And most of the time it's for convenience because they know that once they are married into Cayman, that they have all rights, maybe one or two that's not. So the government need to revisit that whole situation. Bring them after 7 years, like what you just say. You prove yourself to be the right companion or the right partner, whatever the case may be. Now, then you could apply after 7 years, but show the country what you have contributed with that 5 or 7 or even 10 years. Because if they're
Or at the
meaningful,
very
they're
minimum,
gonna
you've
stay.
not broken any laws. I mean, let's start there. Because a lot of them not
Well,
contributing anything, but they're out here breaking laws too.
yeah, well then there is
You
it.
know,
I
I mean,
find
it's
that
like
that
the bar in Cayman is so low. It is so low that we need to do better.
well, I hope that they address it because we going to hell in a basket, as they used
Mm-hmm.
to say, with this kind of situation. The question is about that man that took the money.
Mm.
Yeah, I made a comment to say about money because the fact is this: we don't know. The woman explained the situation, but what I think that the banks should do, the banks especially, should encourage people to open. They don't have to have a credit card. They just have a debit card that they can have the money they pay coming through and
Mm-hmm.
so forth like that. So people don't, because this poor woman is also now at a target.
Mm.
Remember now, she has just disclosed
Mm-hmm.
that she walks with money. Who's to say now somebody that knows her? She disclosed that she walking with her mortgage
Well,
at this
honey
time
child,
of
she
the
might have to
month.
go over to CNB because you can pay your mortgage online with CNB. I'm just
Well, there
saying.
you go.
You don't have to go
Well,
stand in no line for that.
yeah, but then she's also maybe taking out her money. Somebody that may know her could set up. All of these things is
Mm-hmm.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to set up and take another 2,000 from the poor thing. So we have to be proactive in things and secure because Cayman is not what it used to be even 10 years ago.
Thank you, my
So
dear.
that's my piece. Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. 936-2626. Miss Olive says I will have to use the rewind button today. Sarah says, girl, wish you had had this discussion about these board appointments when the old housing board was in, because that was a complete conflict of interest. Tisk tisk. Who in their right mind would put Odell on a board? Really, what favors had to be paid in this instance? Marshall, try and hush. Talking truth now, try and hush. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. I think this is pretty important. This is a pretty important takeaway here. If you let people use you, some people ride you until the sun goes down. Forever. And then the family comes and they're riding you too. So I don't know, but figure it out. The thing that concerns me though, that's all your personal business. And if you want people to use you and you're going to be unhappy and whatever, and then they don't even respect you because they still out in these streets doing stuff that is very, very disrespectful and bringing your name into disrepute. If you're happy with that, that's one thing. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to break the laws of this country in order to, satisfy that person and make that person happy. If the business is not working, honey child, just shut it down. He'll have to find a job somewhere else as a chef. Lots of people hiring good chefs, especially if you got Jamaican skills, like cooking Jamaican food and stuff, local food. Well, there's always hiring, honey child. Don't put yourself, like I said, and ruin your reputation over some man. I don't care if he's your husband or not. It just ain't worth it. All right. Junior says conflict of interest. Dean says fronting. It's not even fronting what's going on here. This is quite a different situation. Alejandra wants a mental health segment. All right, honey chill. The good folks over at Health City are coming back soon. Good morning, First Lady. She says, talk, you man, for real. If y'all only knew. And by the way, let me also say this. These board members who sit on boards are not doing so for free. So I think that particular board is a deputy chair. She makes around, somebody said $300 a board meeting. I can double check, but that's probably not that unusual. There's some boards that actually pay you more than that because they're seen as like professional boards, like the OFREG board. That's why you have to have experience and this and that. And when you come to the OFREG board, you get compensated more than some other boards. So you're making money off the Cayman Islands government as a board member and still breaching the laws of the Cayman Islands. That's putting a little bit of salt on that wound, honey child. You're adding insult to injury. And like I said, it's just not sitting right with me. Miss First Lady Cheyenne says, I'm sitting right at the front of the class. My goodness, I love students who pay attention. Everton says, because you have the receipt and you do not want to cash them in as yet. There are times when I would rather not have to cash those receipts, not at all. And if you're smart enough and you listen to how I say certain things and you act accordingly, we all good and we just move on. Morning says she's 3 persons to the right sitting in the front of the class too. You guys are so funny. Charlene says, it's been a while, just asking, is this the Dawn who was or is one of the CI Beauty Pageant Committee members asking for someone who's seeking clarification? Yes, Dawn also was on the Miss Cayman committee. So, yep, same person. She's involved in a lot. And like I said, maybe that's her downfall, is she's taken on too much. And so she's not really paying attention, but I don't think that's a valid excuse, because my question would be, who else in the business is responsible for work permits? I know it, not a husband, and he has to be maybe the minority business partner. She's probably the 60%, and he's probably the 40%. It's not him that's filling out immigration forms, etc. It's got to be her. And it's easy to find out, honey child. Go and look up, Go look up on the registry. You can actually search for companies and that sort of thing. Go in and look them up and see who's the majority shareholder of the company. And also WORC just needs to look and see who has been signing those forms. You know that you can actually search. You can do a company search. Where's my people this morning who have access to the company registry information? Let me message one of them. This is public information, more or less. And you can check these registered companies and stuff. You see, that's why, I don't think that on the one hand, it's the whole reason why entities like the UK be pressing us to divulge, who owns what and whatever, but you can kind of see sometimes why we get ourselves in trouble. Because some of y'all don't have an honest bone in your body, to be honest. We're going to talk about Palm Heights. I saw that message coming to you, honey chill, coming to you. So let me just see something here. I'm going to have a source of mine check something about the registered company. So yeah, I mean, this company has a few businesses. And, like I said, sometimes you just got to be careful about how you go about doing certain things. Just take your time. Yes, honey child. I was thinking of you. Brilliant minds think alike and fools seldom differ. Ay, ay, ay. So, the weird thing is, why does she have, this is a bit bizarre, because she has those registered companies, but then she also has herself trading as Arbutus Gallery Restaurant number 3. Why would she have multiple licenses like that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's the one in Cayman Brac. Oh, yeah, she has workers in the Brac as well. I forgot that. Yes. Oh, this is interesting. Girl, how many businesses you got? For real? All right, so we have her trading as a restaurant. This one is, this is the new location on School Road. So I have some questions about this. You have an incorporated company. See, now you got me digging all up in your business, and you never want me digging in your business, Lord knows. Because when I start digging, I be finding stuff, honey child. All right, can somebody explain to me, because this looks a little bit suspicious. Hear the logic now. She has an incorporated company that's trading as the business. That's a good idea, because you're separating your assets and you're protecting yourself. The new location, which is off of Eastern Avenue and School Road, is in her name, trading as Arbutus Gallery. Why wouldn't she do it the way the other license has been done? This is interesting now. And this might be a problem for her even more so, because obviously if it's her trading as, and the husband ain't got nothing to do with it. You see what I'm saying? She just clarified right there. She seems to be, well, in this instance, with the new location, she is the sole owner. And we already told y'all the old location is going to be vacating here shortly. That means you're acting in your personal capacity. It ain't the company, girl. So you, in your personal capacity, are responsible for some of this stuff, it might seem. Ay, ay, ay. So this is very interesting. I'm not sure why she's doing it that way. There could be a number of reasons why it's just her trading as. Maybe the husband, she doesn't want him in the business anymore. So the latest business license she's taken out is just her. She can be a shareholder, She could be the only shareholder in the company as well. And maybe even the only director. Maybe, maybe not. Like I said, you set up companies in order to protect and separate your business assets and your business from yourself. She also has another company trading her in her personal capacity, trading as Urban Technologies. So she has a computer repair business? Girl, you got too much going on. You have got too much going on. Now, this one is in Cayman Brac at the White Bay Plaza. Who's working over there in that one? WRC. Y'all better start going and checking all these places. The problem is, once you have demonstrated that you're willing to break immigration laws with one business and you have multiple businesses, WRC enforcement needs to go through all of them and make sure who you have working there.